Can you say that one more time?
I said it's Morbin time.
Welcome to episode 14 of the Ready Set Lad podcast.
Good to
So
be back.
it is good to be back. Everybody should blame Nicholas for
No,
the
no,
for the
no.
episode being late. It was totally not my fault.
Mm.
It was his fault. That is the story. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Is that what we're rolling with?
Yeah, come back next Wednesday. For the no. So we had some. I had this one was on me. Had some work stuff come up. Got home way too late on Wednesday, and then had to work or Tuesday. Had to work Wednesday. Had to work Thursday. So it just didn't pan out for us to be able
Mhm.
to record the episode. So I apologize. Next week the episode will be out on Wednesday. We really try to shoot for that. So some of these stories that we had prepared might be a tad bit old, but we still feel like they should be talked about. So
Absolutely.
first one, Sony announces. First off, okay, hold on. I know I just did this again. I just stopped it again, but I this is a video game news podcast, correct?
Yes.
I love all things video games and also all things movies, TV shows, certain books. So this
Anime.
first story, anime, love anime. Shout out Turk. We're gonna get him on. Maybe not the next episode, but we're gonna get
Yeah,
him on soon.
we gotta let him out of his basement.
Yeah, he's been stuck in there for quite some time. I actually threw a whole salami down there earlier for him. He seemed to
Now
like that.
that will sustain him.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He's just down there doing squats and calf raises and leg
Mhm.
extensions. He just keeps working out his thighs.
Yep.
And needs that protein. But so this Sony announces Horizon series for Netflix, God of War series for Amazon, and weirdly, Gran Turismo show. How do you
Yeah.
feel before we get into
Um.
the article? How do you feel about video game, either movie or TV show adaptations?
Like video games and like in other media, it hasn't really worked out that well. Most of the time, just
Other than Sonic.
hot garbage. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog has been like the best like video game adaptation, like a movie adaptation of something that began as a video game. Uh, all the other stuff, I heard Uncharted was pretty good. Like it was okay,
I'm shocked I didn't go
but
see it, to be honest with you. Like, it was really high up there, like, for
mhm.
me wanting to go see, and then I just never
Well,
went and
it's
saw
like
it.
Uncharted story wise, one of my favorite franchises of all time. Um, the characters are amazing. Just I love it. So yeah, like normally when a movie based on a video game comes out, I'm not really that interested. I was kind of interested to see what they were going to do with Halo until they said, "Yeah, we didn't look at the games." And I'm like, "Okay, no, never mind."
Still not watched it.
No, and I probably from what I've heard, I probably never will.
Yeah,
Um
so
just hot garbage from what I hear. But yeah, overall, I I don't find it something to be excited for. I'd rather just kind of let myself be pleasantly surprised.
that's kinda
Um
how I was with, The Witcher,
mhm,
right? Like, I wasn't and I honestly, from what I saw from the first season, and shockingly, I've not finished the second season, but it's been so long in between that now I'm gonna have to go from whatever episode I left off on the second season, I have to go start from episode 1 of the second season. Um, but it's not necessarily a video game adaptation, more of like a book adaptation. The game is an adaptation of the book. Then the
mhm,
TV show is not an adaptation of the game that was an adaptation of the book. It's an adaptation of the book, not the game. That
right.
I'm proud of myself for keeping that together. Um, so I like that. I have high hopes for The Last of Us because I think that that story, like I feel like it'd be hard to mess up, right? Like it's a beautiful story. Just hire the same writers, and you're golden. They already got like really great actors signed on to it. It should be okay. Ghost of Tsushima is being adapted to other media. That I would be excited
Don't
for.
know specifically what it would be awesome if they came out with an anime.
That would be awesome. Or I see Ghost of Tsushima more as a movie, not a TV show. If it was gonna be live action, I'd see it more as a movie. But you got the God of War series, and this is another really really interesting thing. So, The Last of Us is going to be on HBO, Twisted
Mhm.
Metal series, Peacock TV. Netflix is getting Horizon, and then Amazon Prime is getting Fallout and a Mass Effect show.
Which, like, I'm wondering how these deals are kinda going down, um, because it's like, do you think it's, these streaming services that are approaching, like, these video game companies, like, asking to do that? Or, like, how
I
do
don't
you think
know.
that?
Yeah, yeah. Which way it is, right? Like, is
Yeah,
it the
'cause,
studios
like,
going to them, or is
yeah,
it
and
the
it
other way
sounds
around?
I mean, it sounds like, um,
It sounds like
uh,
it's got to be the studios going to the streaming services going to the studios, right? For
yeah,
them
just
to
because there's
be,
so many of
yeah,
them. Like, there isn't, like, a deal of just, like, "Oh, all of these are gonna be on
yeah, like
Netflix." It's
HBO
like,
gets everything or
yeah,
something like that.
like, they're all like, all these streaming services, I guess after how well The Witcher did on Netflix, I'm guessing, like, these other streaming services are just like, "Oh, okay, like, let's dip our toes into
But you
this
know
potential moneymaker."
what's crazy about that though is that like the Sonic movies
Mhm.
and the Witcher show are literally the only two video game like movie TV show adaptations that have ever been good. You had the Halo, like the old was it the animated shows or movies that they had that were decent? I remember watching it was either one or it was either one or two of them that were pretty good, but like it's still like an animation. So like live action stuff there's been two. So I've that's what makes me think that it might be the studios going to the streaming services. It's like they're trying to capitalize on it. But then also it being separated into all these different streaming services, then it looks like they're
Mhm.
so I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder which way that's going.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. We're gonna get to see, like, all of these video games being adapted into other forms of media. We'll see how they do. Um, I'm just gonna go into it thinking like it's gonna be bad. Just keep my expectations really low.
And then you might get
Uh,
shocked and
because
really enjoy it.
for the but like for the love of God, if you're gonna bring people in to make these into like movies and shows and stuff like that, bring in people who actually like know and love the games.
And the stories. Love the games, love the stories, love the characters.
Yeah, like we want like they got really popular as video games for like, a reason.
Yeah,
So
you
like I don't
fell
know,
in love
like
with
don't
the universe.
like you can't take like you can't take like a beloved video game franchise and like characters and stuff and then say to yourself like, let's completely alienate the people that helped make this popular and
Yeah.
then like make our own thing out of it. And because that's just no, that won't work. Like
Yeah.
you have to appeal to the people who loved the video game like franchise to begin with.
That
You know
and
what I mean?
that's why the Halo series isn't doing too hot, right?
Yeah, because they literally like, and I'm like, this is a direct quote. We didn't look at the games
Which is
like that.
crazy.
Immediately, that told me this is going to be bad.
And from what I've heard from people who have watched it, it
Hmm.
has been bad. So going on, moving on, getting away from the TV shows, back to some video game stuff,
Hmm.
right? So this story, I don't remember if you sent me this and then called me, or I called you, or maybe we were already on
I
Discord. I don't
I
remember.
uh, I think we were in the middle of talking when I found this.
Oh, okay. So this story is hilarious to me. Xbox turned Marvel down, leading to Spider Man on PS4. Executives reveal. And this is from Video Game Chronicles, right? So the head of Marvel Games has revealed Xbox turned down an opportunity to make licensed games shortly before Sony made a deal to make Spider Man on PS4. So the only thing I want to point out about this article, right, is from what I understand, with this deal or with what happened with this. It wasn't maybe for Microsoft. It was just one of those they didn't feel like they could make the game, right? Which
Right.
more studios, and this goes to video games, movies, TV shows, anime. If you don't feel like you can do something justice, don't do it, right?
Oh yeah.
But
Which
what is funny to me is the deal with Activision.
yeah, oh my god.
And
That that's funny. Like this is
said the
actually
deal was made to walk away. Activision asked, "What are you going to do with this IP after you get it back?" And then Ong, I don't know how to say
yeah,
this.
Jay Ong, the executive vice
Daeong.
president and head of Marvel Games. So yeah, like just really quick, yeah. So Marvel Games cut their deal with Activision, like their partnership, and so Marvel Games wanted to go out and like uh, find another developer that would really do their IP justice.
But Ong replied, "I'm going to find a better home for it." According
Hmm.
to Ong, this is so funny to me. Activision's reply was, "Good luck finding your unicorn."
You could literally put that in like a movie, like a coming of age story.
Yeah,
You
it's like
know what I mean?
it's like some dude who's got this idea and all these big companies are turning him down. And then you've got Sony just like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And then Insomniac walking in, I think I can do this. Bam. We get
That
Spider
dude,
Man.
that that line, like "Good luck finding your unicorn," that was like the alley oop. That was a setup.
Like uh,
The irony, like,
if you believe, right? If you believe in your, I want to say product, but obviously Marvel, everybody believes in Marvel products, right? But if you really, really care about your games, right? And first off, prior to, and still probably, right? Going with Activision is never a good idea. I have never seen it work out. Shout out Bungie, right? But
which hopefully now with with this
I
acquisition,
hope so, right? That's what we're going. That's what we're hoping
ple
for.
I want good Call of Duty games again.
Which we'll probably talk about in the next episode of the podcast. This is what I'm saying, where things are kind of late. Like we had the reveal for the new Call of Duty already happened, right?
Right.
But we'll probably cover that in the next podcast. We're kind of catching up. But believe in your product. Obviously, Ong believed that Activision wasn't going to do it the game justice, which they weren't.
Mhm.
That's like going to EA and being like, "Oh God, I hope you don't put. I believe you won't put microtransactions in the game. You're gonna get let down, right?
We won't for
Yeah,
the first month.
we won't when these review copies get sent out." Um, but no, I mean, he believed in it. Obviously, Sony and Insomniac. I mean, Insomniac is an amazing studio. Knocked it out of the park.
Mhm.
Um, so that's what I got from this story, right? I don't think that's necessarily what is supposed to
Oh,
be portrayed as, but that's what I thought when I read it was like Ong believed in something, Activision didn't. I th- oh,
but like I mean, to get like really into the meat of the article, he so Ong took the IP to both Xbox and Sony,
yes.
right? Um, and let's see, what does it say here? So he went both to Xbox and PlayStation to see if either of them would be interested in forming an exclusive partnership, asking them, "We don't have any big console ideas with any deals. Sorry, we don't have any big console deals with anyone right now. What would you like to do?" Microsoft's strategy, Ong recalls, was to focus on its own IP, and as such, it decided to pass on the offer. So Microsoft, I guess they were just like, they probably thought it was an incredible opportunity, but it was probably like the wrong time for them because they were like focusing. I'm guessing that like
We're
with
probably
this
focusing on Halo,
Activision, yeah, with
Halo
like this,
Activision merger.
yeah, like they have a lot on their plate. So looks like
But
that's the
I
reason they probably passed
respect
it up.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "No, like we don't think that we can do what you want us to do." Right?
Hmm.
Cuz I bet there was a lot of phone calls like, "Yo, we can get Marvel. Like we can make their games."
An exclusive deal.
Yeah,
Like that's big.
but I respect it saying, "No, we want to focus on our own stuff."
Yeah.
I like that. But obviously, it was meant to go to Insomniac. We've got Spider-Man, we got Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I've still not played yet. Have played Spider-Man, haven't played Miles Morales yet.
It's good.
We're getting the Wolverine game. Like
I'm very excited for that.
there's a lot of I feel like that this was in the best interest of Marvel and also Insomniac. So I think it went the way it was supposed to go.
Mhm.
So, it's time. It's not Morbin time. This is what I like talking about.
Yeah.
EA sucks.
Here we go.
Yeah, here it is. I feel it. I got a watch on right now. My heart rate's going up. I wish I could check my blood pressure like live. Put it on the screen or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So, the thing that nobody played when the game came out, Hazard Zone, Battlefield 2042, DICE is dropping support.
Mhm.
No one's gonna notice,
No,
right?
I feel so bad for all 5 people playing this game right now.
Yeah. So, they're I've got so many things I want to say. I can't even think right. So, Hazard Zone sucked. It was a flop. I didn't like it. I might have played it twice. Granted, hold on. Let's check. How many hours do I have in Battlefield 2042? Let's see before
Man,
we even get in
I
here.
I told you not to pre-order it.
9.4 hours, right? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you something right now. A solid 4 of those hours was me trying to play the game when it came out, right? So they're dropping support for it. And I love this article by Xfire that says, in a way, this is EA telling people that Battlefield 2042 is dead.
It's only been like what, 6 months
It
since
feels
the
like an
game went up?
eternity.
Like it has not, dude, it's not even been a year.
And where was the yeah, there's not even been season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1 for the game's not even happened yet.
6 months later, game's dead.
Um which I hate, like the kind of the culture of games dead. You shouldn't
Mhm.
like it. You know what I mean? Or people for some reason think that Twitch views equals whether or not a game is alive, right? It's got nothing to do with it. But Battlefield legitimately has fewer than 1,000 players.
Dude,
The game is
An
actually dead.
Anthem went longer than Battlefield 2042.
I don't I don't Battlefield lowered, they took the breakthrough, right? They took the player count down from I believe it was, hold on, let's see, where was it? It was 128 down to, it was 64 versus 64, and then they took it down to 32. Whichever way they did it, they're implementing things to try to save as much face as they can, but it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Battlefield's dead. Stop buying EA titles, except for Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, basically anything Respawn related.
Yeah, Respawn
'Cause
related is
EA
fine.
EA tends to leave them alone. Like EA tends to leave them alone and like let them develop their own stuff, which is literally like the hands-off approach. EA,
It
more of
obviously
that, please.
works. And obviously those
Yeah,
single player experiences work way better. But at the end of this article, written by Ray, still don't know how to say her last name. Sorry. I love your articles though. Uh, we'll just have to wait and see what season 1 of Battlefield 2042 brings. Nothing. But we don't think anyone's holding their breath for what EA Dice has in store. I don't
would
know
you
a
like a
single
new headband?
I don't yeah, yeah. Do you want this brown colored headband even though 2 weeks ago it was blue? Uh
Ooh.
give us $20. Um and this is at the end of the article, which segues into our last article,
Do
right?
it.
In other news, EA is reportedly looking to merge with another company after the Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard in January. Also, for those looking for a Battlefield alternative, oh my god. EA hopes to release
Uh,
Battlefield Mobile before the year ends. Okay,
bleh.
so we're about to move. Obviously, we just kind of,
We will address that as it develops.
but who I don't want to hate on anybody who plays video games, right? If you play video games and you enjoy video games, good on you.
Mhm.
Mobile games are like the cancer of video games, right?
Well, I'm just gonna say for me at least. Mobile games are always just like I'm sitting on the toilet and I have nothing left to do. So
But mobile games, the ad revenue that moms playing Candy Crush on their iPads buying stuff, right? Or kids playing Fortnite and buying stuff on their phones, right? That's what's led to this microtransaction garbage.
yeah,
That's what made it seem so
that was the
viable.
catalyst.
Yeah, and it is viable. Like it works, right? There's a lot of when we look at a game and I see certain like storefronts in games, I think this is a mobile storefront. Like this
It,
is like a
dude.
mobile game storefront.
Any AAA game that I play and like there's a store with microtransactions at all, it fills me with rage.
Yeah, it's I
I
would
become
rather
so upset.
I would rather go back to the old days of buying a game, buying a complete game, right? Even if they did up it $10 and it was $70 for a new game and you get the entire game. Everything they've worked on for the whole duration of making that game, you get, right? And then a year later, they've worked on something and you spend $20 to get the DLC, but you get all of it. I would rather go back to that than
Mhm.
do live service. You just got better stuff. Like it might seem like more money because you're spending more at one time, but I guarantee if you go back then and compare how much money you spent compared to how much money you spent on like the free to play model like stores with skins and stuff. Number one, the skins have gotten worse in most things. And you spend less money or you spend more money on the stuff that looks worse.
Yeah, it's like spend $5 and you can get this thing you already have, but like in a different color.
Yeah, it's really,
Like,
really irritating. But anyways, back onto the whole merger thing, right?
yeah, transition. We're transitioning into
Okay,
the
that's
next one.
really good stuff. Uh EA looking to sell or merge, right? This
There it
story
is.
is from Kotaku, so take this with a grain of salt as well. The video game market is consolidating like never before, and Electronic Arts is scrambling like everyone else. So I didn't see this one coming. If the leaks, this is obviously rumors, leaks, people talking about things, right? Usually it leads to something, right? And they've already there was a deal with NBC Universal. Um, there was who was looking at Amazon, Disney, like they're looking to sell not to like
Well,
another
like
like.
they want to sell it to like literally the biggest companies on the planet.
And what's funny is they're looking to sell but keep the CEO. Andrew Wilson's like, no, we'll sell and make a bunch of money, but I get to keep having a job.
Mm.
I don't like EA. I don't know, like, I shouldn't cover anything with EA. Like, when we talk about EA, I should mute and leave the room. Like,
If
I
we're
can't.
just a heads up, like there is going to be like there obviously everyone there's always going to be some kind of bias, right?
There's a heavy bias with me in EA.
Yeah, so like if we're
Heavy.
ever playing like EA games like for a review, just know ahead of time we despise EA.
Like, I don't like them. I don't
Um
think
man,
EA is
like
worth 12 cents.
they've been what? Like they've been ranked worst company
They're
ever
terrible.
like multiple times.
They're awful, terrible companies. Stop buying their stupid sports games. Like, it always comes back to EA, dude. I swear. Like, I might start a podcast just to talk about EA, and it's just me fuming for 30 minutes. Like, I'm just yelling. Like, there's no actual article. I'm just like, I'm playing an EA game and crying. Like, that's literally like, there's no, like, I really don't like EA.
So the podcast is just you like
It's just me crying as I, and then I go to the, I have to spend money on an EA game. Like, I have to open up the storefront and hit buy. Like, and I just
like
cry.
I feel like the moment they started like taking this sort of evil corporate entity sort of persona is like, oh, so like we don't have to finish a game and then we can fix it later now. Like I think like the moment that that became a thing, like think that's like when it started going downhill.
So
Which like, bro,
they lost FIFA, right? Apparently that was a plan that they had. They didn't lose FIFA. FIFA lost EA. You know, like the giant sports phenomenon needed EA. But they lost that. Look into Disney. Look into Amazon.
Amazon, Apple,
It's like
like
I just don't care. I'm sorry. We picked
which
this
like
article, and now that I'm sitting here, we talked about what articles we were going to talk about before the show for the episode. And now that I'm sitting here and I just read the Battlefield 2042 news, and now I'm reading this, I just stop making games. Sell
uh
everything to Respawn,
yep.
or give it to
Which
Respawn. Don't even sell it; just give it to them. Wrap it in a
Wh
bow. Give it to
yeah.
Respawn.
Well, I know recently, like Amazon's looking to snatch EA up, which they've recently dipped their toes into the video game market
And
with.
they sucked at it too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're bringing your negativity into the podcast,
Listen, dude, I was
but
so
that's okay.
excited for New World. Oh,
You talked me into buying it.
I know, and then I never played it again. No, I played New World for a while.
Yeah, you went heavy into it, and then you're just like, wait, I don't like this.
No, it was like, so it was really, really fun when you get in, or when you got into it, and then all the servers started dying because people were finally getting into the servers that they wanted to be in with their friends. So then you had to move, but then people already stopped playing, and then they literally had to stop you from trading because it was broken. So you couldn't even sell or trade anything that you had. It was a mess, right? So EA just
Mhm.
is gonna. I don't. You go ahead, buddy. Go ahead and read
Well,
the article.
all right. All right. So essentially, yeah, like you've got like literally like the biggest companies on the planet, like looking to possibly acquire or merge with EA. Um, I mean, I honestly like, I don't know, man. Are you seeing this as like a good thing or like a bad thing? Like,
I don't know, dude. I know exactly where EA can go. I'm pointing at a trash can.
yeah, just for those of you like, well, no one can actually see you, but
Nah, but I'm pointing at a trash can.
yeah,
No, I mean, but all honesty, right? Like, I don't.
of all like
They're
the
not losing money.
this is kind of not where are all of the like every company is like acquiring or merging right now. Like it's insane.
Well, if you remember earlier, we talked about this, and they said it in an earnings call. I believe it was an earnings call, or it was like the shareholders meeting, which I think is an earnings call. But they said EA is not one of the smaller fish; they're one of the bigger fish looking to eat smaller fish.
Yeah, they're definitely like I know Activision Blizzard sold for like what? It's like $69 billion. Um, EA is definitely going to have to be more, I'd say.
Yeah, with how much money they make from just like the soccer game,
Microtransactions.
like
No, just microtransactions.
FIFA, Madden, uh, Apex, just those microtransactions alone. Wasn't it in the billions already? Just the microtransactions?
Oh man, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But so
Um,
yeah, I'd say so. Like something insane, like just microtransactions alone, have probably made them billions of dollars.
so we're definitely gonna follow this more. See if they take my advice and just throw their company in a trash can. I don't think they will, but we can hope. Um, Follow my
They
EA podcast.
they say it. No, they are the trash can.
It's Jared Cries at EA. That's the podcast. No, but we'll follow this. We'll see. You know, obviously we got this. We're keeping our eye on the Ubisoft stuff too. Looking to see if anything happens with that. Um, but yeah, that's all we got. You know, once again, all Nicholas's fault for the episode being late.
All right. Well,
Um, Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. We're going to be streaming. Today is Friday the 27th, so on the 28th we're going to be streaming over on our YouTube. Don't know what we're going to be playing yet. What is it? Sniper Elite? Is that what we're playing?
oh, I mean, well, that's the one we're planning on reviewing next.
Oh,
But
hey, we're reviewing Sniper Elite.
yeah,
uh,
yeah, we're gonna be reviewing. That's the next review that's gonna be coming out. Sniper Elite 5. So we will try to get through that. I would say as quick as possible, but we want to make sure we take our time when we're thorough with our reviews. It's been a hot minute, ever
yeah,
since
I kind of forgot what to do.
Ghostwire Tokyo was the last thing we reviewed, and it's been a while. So look forward to that review coming out. Um, as far as streaming, I mean, we could try to get Hunt Showdown to work again. The last time we had some like technical difficulties, and we had to switch back over to Sea of Thieves.
Oh, never a bad thing though.
It is not. Sea of Thieves is a lot of fun.
But appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you guys go to readysetlag.com. All of our socials are there. Subscribe to us on YouTube and whatever platform you're listening on, iTunes, Spotify, Buzzsprout, all the other ones. Definitely leave a review, right? It helps us out
Mhm.
a lot. Uh, Helps people find us. You know what I mean? And then look at our merch. It's cool. It's got our logo on it.
Yeah, really.
Neat.
Yeah, simple, clean.
It's robust.
We have robust merch.
But I appreciate everybody for listening. And what do we say, Nicholas?
Remember, everyone, we morb you.
It's Morbin time. I
I'm
love you.
gonna
Bye.
morb.